Welcome back. We are here with another set of questions to answer, all about your move and downsizing, all those sort of things, and your new house.
Yeah.
So if you're new here, my name is Shannon and this is my mom, Kathy.
Hi.
We're going to jump into some questions. I just want to do a little precursor of you have just downsized from a larger home.
Yes.
Moved into this house, and we have videos all about the move and the downsizing process, all of that, decluttering. And now you kind of are getting adjusted to this whole thing.
Yes, right. We've been here about 2 months now, so we're getting settled.
And organized.
And organized,
still finding things to declutter.
Yes, keeping busy.
One of the most recent videos, we talked about your backyard and we did some working in the yard. So there's some questions about that.
Okay.
Here's one that says, I'm interested in what your plans with that room that's on the side of your house, storing garage stuff right now. It would make a great indoor garden area. I think they're saying that that would be maybe like what is it called? A greenhouse?
Yeah, greenhouse type thing.
House?
Yeah. Well, we've been here 2 months. And so my experience with it, with some cool weather and some warm weather, is it gets really hot in that room. The walls are plastic, basically plastic covered windows. There's no glass, it's only plastic. And it gets like a steam room in there. I don't know, it could be a good garden room, but I really don't need any more space for gardening. And what I think we'll do with that room is once we empty it out and the things that belong in the garage will stay there. I like the room because I like to be able to maybe store some stuff in there, put maybe a rack and have things that don't need to be in the garage, like extra toilet paper and paper towels and that kind of stuff. And I'll use that for my own storage. And things like chairs, so garden chairs, like beach chairs, that kind of stuff.
Also, you might be able to store some garden stuff in there if you need more room.
Right.
Or we have had the conversation of if you have enough storage everywhere else, that could maybe go on the chopping block.
Yeah. I really like having that space, that covered space.
But I'm going to also say you also have complained about how dark it is.
It is. The kitchen gets dark. Well, I'm just going to make a hole in the ceiling and just have the light come through. already talked to some
floodlights.
Yeah.
She's already been talking about
have the sun come through the ceiling, maybe. Who knows?
But that room is right off the kitchen, and it does not, it blocks a lot of light from coming into what would be the two windows to the outside are now to the inside.
It's like a 8-10 foot awning. The whole area.
It really blocks a lot of the light.
Who knows? I don't have any plans. I can't think that far ahead yet. We'll just have to see how we do and what we need at the time.
Exactly. Good way to think about something.
Yes.
How does your father like the new house? Or your husband? Not your father, but my father, your husband.
Yeah. He loves it. I wasn't sure at first, but he's really adapted to it. He seems very comfortable here. He said yesterday he got out and stood out on the sidewalk and looked around. He's been too busy to even notice anything.
He waved at all his people.
Yeah, he just took in the neighborhood and the trees and the homes and just,
nice.
Yeah, he did. And then the lady across the street that we hadn't met yet, she came over and introduced herself.
She said, are you okay? Are you lost?
Should I call the paramedics? Or
just kidding. That's nice.
Yeah, so they were talking for about a half hour, and then I got home and I joined the conversation. So yeah, he's really adapting well.
That's good.
Yeah, he's looking forward to his garage being completed so he can work on all his fishing tackle, and we're almost there. So he's a happy guy.
That's exciting.
Yeah.
And the garage is looking amazing. I can't wait. We're going to show you a video soon about that.
Yes.
So very excited. Now, we did a video on your backyard and we talked about adding a DG path, and we've never had more questions ever on any video asking, what in the world is DG? I guess because we're from Southern California, that's a very common type of landscaping here, which is just, I guess DG just stands for decomposed granite.
Yes.
And so it's a path where what you do is you dig down and then you put down rock and you very fine rock, decomposed granite.
Right.
And you pound it down in there, and then you add like water, and then you pound it down.
It's kind of a combination between sand and dirt.
It's layers. You do like the dirt, the sand, the ground up rock, the sand, the dirt, and you pound it. You have this big kind of metal flat pounding stick that
you press it down.
And Grant has made a few of those paths in our backyard of DG, and it's super common. You'll see it in everyone's front yard. And it's just a way to make a path that's not free, because you got to pay for all these different things and do the layering and a
lot of work.
A lot of work if you're doing it yourself or paying somebody to do it. But it's a way to do a path without having to deal with big giant rocks or pavers and all that kind of thing. But also from that video, you now are waiting. You're not sure.
I keep changing my mind. So my poor gardener, I just said, let's just hold everything and don't waste any more time getting samples of this and that, because I'm not sure what I'm going to do. I letting the kids go run their bikes and wagons up and down. They're making their own path already.
They're making a hole in it.
Yeah, they're doing it for me.
So the next question or some advice here says, check out your local master gardener program that is with your county, which
we had done that.
We did that.
What, 2 years ago?
Probably.
We went at the local fairgrounds. They had a master gardening program, and we did that. It was a multi-course. We learned so much. I probably forgot everything they said. But
we could take it again. A lot of people do it.
We weren't really. I didn't have a garden to deal with, so I was just listening to it all. And but yeah, we can go do that again.
It was fun.
It would really apply now.
We were going every weekend for like 2 or 3 hours.
Yes. Oh,
and they taught us so much.
Yeah. And I bought a book from them, so I refer to it now, doing the gardening. Yeah.
And it's just incredible amount of knowledge. And the great thing is you can ask them about your plants that we had. We said, we have this tree, and it brought in pictures of how it was looking odd on the leaves. And they would say, oh no, that's normal. Just so much knowledge there.
Yeah.
And that's what this person was suggesting. So yeah, we could definitely do that again. It would be cool. Shannon, did you ever in your YouTube career think your mother would become such a big part of your channel? No. I mean, you've always been on the channel from the very beginning.
Yeah, maybe in the background doing stuff. Yeah.
And then probably over 6 or 7 years ago now, we'd started the decluttering once in a while.
Right.
Maybe every month we'd do one.
You'd come over to my house, but I wasn't really active, and I didn't really talk a lot or anything. You just kind of would come over and help me do stuff.
Yeah. And then after the first year, that's when you were more of a personality on the channel, because we were doing the Swedish duck cleaning videos.
Right.
And I feel like, I mean, it makes sense that you would be on the channel because we're always together anyway. And honestly, almost every project we do, it's together.
Yeah.
Even if I'm doing stuff in my house, rearranging, decorating, a lot of the time you're there. It's just in the background hiding before. She wouldn't be in the video, but she'd be like, quiet, I'm filming. And then
I know, I walk right in front of the camera and she goes, I'm filming. I can never remember that. I was always in the way.
No, but now you're part of it. And I feel like it just makes it so much more fun.
Yeah, it is. It's a lot of fun. We look forward to that.
It gives us something to do. And it for me, it makes the videos more fun to film, more fun to edit.
Yeah. And with two houses, there's so much more content and there's so much going on. And it's great.
I think it's good.
Yeah.
And it just
gives me something to do.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I love it. It's more than fun. It's very helpful for me.
Getting stuff done.
I would have to pay up the nose to get someone to come in here and do everything she does. So it benefits her, it benefits me, and
it's just a fun thing.
It worked out, and it just morphed into that. There was no plan for this.
No, not at all.
It just happened, and here I am.
We're together.
Yes, we are.
Did Kathy ever think she would become such a big part of your channel? Did you ever think that?
No, I never thought that. I'm uncomfortable talking in front of people. So sometimes it sounds like, you're interrupting me or something. It's just because I'll just be talking and just go blank. What was I saying? I just get so off track that I have no idea where I'm going. So I go, where was I?
I know there's been a few comments once in a blue moon saying, oh, you're interrupting your mom. And I've tried to explain that with the editing process, sometimes it can even seem like that because you'll be saying something and then you'll just go, what was I talking about? I totally forgot.
Yeah.
And then you'll stop. So I'll have to chime in, which looks, when you're editing, it'll look like I've cut you off.
Yeah. And then you took over.
Yeah, I took over.
Yeah.
And that's the problem. And also, the other thing about this is when you're having a conversation in front of a camera, it's hard to know when somebody is done.
Right.
And when you chime in and I chime in, and it looks like it's cutting off a lot of the time, but between the editing and the conversation, it can be difficult.
Yeah, this is a learning process for me to be doing this and to get more comfortable with it because, like I said, I'm not naturally comfortable doing this, but it's just...
Me neither, by the way.
Yeah, I know. You're really private and quiet.
I'm good at it now because I've been doing it for 9 years.
Right.
Years.
Anyways, it's a great new experience in this part of my life.
And you know what? I'm going to tell all of you, I had a really cool idea for another channel, which I have to rein it in on the channels because I get so many good ideas. If you ever want to start a YouTube channel, I will give you all my ideas. But I just get these ideas and I think, oh, that would be so fun to do. So my newest idea that I probably will never do, but maybe I will. So the kids, we're heading to summer right now and the kids are going to be home. And I really want to try to do a very screen-free summer, meaning very, very limited TV and all of that. And I got to do something with these kids. I got 3 kids. They're just going to beat each other, if I don't have something going on. So I said in my head, as I was taking a shower yesterday, I was thinking all these things and I thought, how fun would it be to do learning old school things? So teaching the kids how to sew. How to cook. How to even do some wood stuff with Grant. And then I popped in my head, oh my gosh, that could be a fun YouTube channel where we could film it. And it would be the advice from old people, you and me, old compared to the kids, teaching them our limited knowledge or whatever. And we're all learning old school fun things. And we could even look up things we don't know how to do. Like making pickles or something. And then we learn how to do it with the kids.
Oh, that's a good idea.
And we could film it. And then I could teach the kids how to edit it.
There you go.
So I don't know. It was just an idea that popped in my head.
The more they
let me know.
Yeah, the more that we can teach them to use their hands, use their brains together.
I think so.
It's going to be needed in the future.
I think so. Hands-on activities.
We need to teach them plumbing and electrician.
Exactly. Then they can get to work around here.
Yeah.
Okay, someone said those motion activated lights need proper adjustment because this was the last thing you said you decluttered was the motion censored light that the previous owners left here. And you got rid of it. It's already gone, you guys.
Yeah.
It's gone.
It's gone.
But this person said you have to adjust them.
Yes. Well, people don't do that. I know I could have, but I just don't want that light going on for me. But it was a problem for me in the past. So you decided not to have it. I just got rid of them. I don't want to deal with it. And we have one on our house, but I make sure that it actually shines on our house. Yeah. Because that's the point. Yeah. But if you have your window open, even if it's shining on there, it's like, for me, I'm a very light sleeper. I have to have blackout curtains. If a light went on, I mean, even if there's a light on a clock or anything, I have to turn my clock way down to you barely see it. Any kind of light for me. So it's for people who are very sensitive and I don't know. So I just wouldn't use them on my block at all. I was going to say instead I got a front porch light that goes it's on all night. I know. I just feel like painting the glass like a dull color. So it's really good. It's so bright. It's one of those LED lights. So I don't know. I think that might be invasive. I'll have to ask the lady across the street. I don't think so. They're so far. The houses here are further away than your old house. Yeah. Your old house, the houses were closer together on the street. And I think that's why here people have trees and there's more space between the street and the house. So I don't think it's a problem. I really don't. Yeah. But I do understand if someone's got a motion sensor light going into your... Well, I'll have to tell you a story. When the people across the street both started using that, well, because I used to sleep in the other side of the house until snoring became a big thing. And then I moved to the front of the house and now it's like the cars and the lights. So It was
At your old
at
house.
my old house. Yeah, it was a new thing for me. So what I did when the first time I noticed it, I went across the street during the day when the people were at work, and I got up on a ladder and I adjusted it straight down so it wouldn't go in my window, because I never saw them and they never said anything. So that was fine.
They're
And then
probably watching you on their ring
I
doorbell,
know.
like, look at this crazy woman on a ladder.
she's insane. No, okay. So anyways, then the people moved in next to him, and then they got it too, right in the front of their garage, which was like right into my window. And it's like every time the flag would blow in the wind, beep, it's on, it's off. There'd be a rabbit, boom, boom. And so finally I saw the lady that lived there, the wife. And one day I told her, I said, can you do something? Can you make it go down? Because I can't even sleep at night. And they did that for a while, and then it kept going. I mean, there's just so much light. So finally I got the real good blackout curtains, and that worked well.
Solved it.
So that took care of it.
That's what you need to do.
Yes.
You have an annoying neighbor
Yes.
with a bright light.
Yes, either do it yourself or have them do it.
Yes. Get on a ladder.
Bring your ladder over and start working on their house.
This could probably be a future video maybe, but someone said organizing art and craft supplies is a real challenge. I'm curious to see a deep dive into how you're managing the items. So I know we can do that one day, a deep dive, but right now maybe you could just talk about how you just got that drawer.
Yeah. So I have in the sunroom, I have a long table set up now to do art on. And my art supplies were in a cabinet behind, which didn't really have enough space. And so I bought one of those Sterilite plastic drawers. They're, probably a couple feet wide and deep, plenty deep, 1.5 feet deep or something. And they're like $20 for 3 drawers, good sized drawers. So I ended up putting all the watercolor pads and blocks and sketchbooks, anything I would paint or write on, I put that on the bottom drawer because they were the heaviest. And then the second drawer up, I put things that I would use like tapes and salt for watercolor and any supplies like that, physical things. And then the top drawer, I have paints, long,
kid ones?
Yeah, the kid ones for the kids, the long ones, and all the tubes and everything, and the brushes, and mainly the top drawers for the kids. I put all their stuff up there. They can just grab it and use it. And
you mentioned to me that room is very much meant to be a usable space.
Yes.
And that's why you don't care if it doesn't look great with the drawers. It looks nice, but it does stand out that you have the drawers there.
Yeah, I don't care.
Which is fine. You said you don't care. That room is meant to be a usable room. Yes. And that's the point of it.
That's my fun room. That's it. And then the other cabinet's just full of plants and that's it.
On top.
It's not, I don't keep my plants inside the cabinet. It's covered on top with the plants. Oh, God.
We had 2 questions about the cellular shades.
Okay.
So someone said, did you have to order blackout cellular shades to control the heat and sun in that room, or were the regular shades enough? And then the other ones said, I have cellular blinds here in New Zealand. And they're great for insulation in winter, filtering out the hot sun, and they tuck away, and all the great. So she loves them, that person. So talk about the cellular shades.
Yeah, I love the cellular shades. They've worked out really well. They look good. They're easy to push up and pull down. The sun comes in on one side and goes out the other side to the west. And so in the mornings, I pull those down, and they're the windows themselves are already dual paned. So the shades do help with keeping the cool out and keeping the heat out. And I'm constantly adjusting them up and down, and I just love them.
And did you say already that if they were blackout or not?
Oh yeah, no, they're not blackout because I wanted the light to filter through. So no, I didn't get blackout ones. I don't need it that dark in there.
Is there anything that you miss from your old home at all?
No, not really. The only thing that would be cool if I had here was that giant window seat with all that storage.
And people had commented that you shouldn't have that because it is like a place where it's just a bottomless pit to put stuff.
Yeah.
You like that?
Yeah, but I don't have anything to keep anymore, so I don't need it now. But that was very convenient. Yeah.
And your closet space, I think.
And the closet space. Yeah. Yeah. I did. Yeah. At first, when we first moved in here, I thought, oh, I really liked having the mirrored wardrobe closets, doors.
You even talked about putting
I
them
was
here.
going to put them in here. And now I am finding that I have less mirrors and I kind of like it. I have a mirror over there, one mirror,
plenty,
small or large in every room. And that's plenty. The bathroom mirror, that's plenty.
I think the problem would be if you did mirrored closet here, the light, and then also just people.
I know I'd be looking over there.
I'd be looking in your window.
Yeah. Yeah.
Here, I don't know.
Yeah. No. That having them on the second floor, you didn't have a problem with that. But here on the street, just like, ooh, this is weird seeing people drive up and down.
People would see your whole room.
Yeah.
Was there anything that would stick out that you moved here and you are surprised at, that you love, that you're surprised by?
I'm not surprised by, but I'm pleased with the fact that there's so much cupboard space in the kitchen. And that's really nice. And I'm getting used to the smaller refrigerator. That's good. I just don't shop and buy too much that I don't need any longer. Just get it once a week. There's a store down the street. And
so you find yourself adjusting to things.
Yes, I'm adjusting. Yeah. And just the backyard. I mean, I'm surprised by how much I will just go sit in the sunroom every morning, all day, and just look at the butterflies, look at the birds, look at the crazy possum.
I was just going to say.
What we've got. Okay, so the one thing I'm not used to here is where we used to live, all the wires, everything was underground. Phone wires, electrical wires, there were no poles. There'd be a light pole up front, but there's no wires. So this is like a circus here. There's wires. Everybody's backyard's got all these poles and all these wires going through. So there's always a squirrel up there. So the other day we were here and I look up, I go, what the heck is that? And it's a big old possum going across the phone lines or something. I'm going, oh God. And he's just going really slow. And I said, oh God, don't fall in my backyard, get out, don't go in my trees. And anyway, so this was like at least 45 minutes of entertainment.
Possum gate, Grant.
Possum gate. So Grant was working. Grant, come on here, look at this possum. And then he goes on about, oh, he shouldn't be out during the daytime. He's probably going to die. Oh, he looks like he's got mange. Oh, and he's doing this whole thing. Like, oh God, don't let him fall in my backyard. I don't want to have to deal with that.
And you were texting me all these videos.
The videos.
I'm home and she's texting me, look at this possum. Look at what's happening. And then we watched the possum walk almost all the way out of your yard, and then it turns around and comes back.
No,
it was so funny.
It was funny. It was so that kind of stuff. There's a lot of wildlife and stuff going on. Entertainment.
Things happening.
It's way more peaceful here, and I'm way busier and
a lot happening.
Yeah, a lot happening.
Also, I wanted to mention there was a clip from when I was editing of you in your previous backyard, and while your backyard was nice, you had the reservoir and all that, but there were black bars between your yard and the reservoir.
Yeah.
Everything was concrete. You had a few trees, but really no greenery, not a lot to look at.
Yeah.
And just very stark. And it was you in your backyard. You were walking around, maybe giving a little tour or something. And I saw that visual and I thought, wow, that yard was really kind of depressing.
It was
compared to this situation. And now I just see you so happy doing your gardening, and every day you're out there picking the blueberries, strawberries, doing the garden beds with the kids and the flowers. And I just see it's like a 180 of what you used to have.
It gives me so much more to do and be excited about. Yeah, picking radishes. Like, I got a radish, we got a strawberry. Exciting. It's like, yay! It's like it's a lot of fun. It's a great way to start my 70s.
We're all still in our 20s.
Mentally, we're in our 20s, but bodies are 70.
One thing you had mentioned when you were first touring this house was that bathroom, the bigger bathroom, that you might redo it. So are you still thinking eventually or never, or you're not sure?
I don't see myself redoing that bathroom. I'm completely comfortable there. I know Carl would like to have a bathtub because we had a big bathtub in the main bedroom, and he used it once a week. I think I never took a bath there. I just do a shower, but there was a bathtub in the bathroom I used and at the old house, and I was going to have the bathroom ripped out to just walk through and, you know, just have a shower. And I was planning on doing that. And so now I don't have to do it because this one doesn't have a tub. I can walk in without the tub. And the first thing he says is, we'll have to put a tub in here. I go, well, we were just going to get rid of the tub. So
I think you're better without the tub. And also you
Yes.
have the hole in the shower. There's an opening, an
Yeah.
odd opening.
I like
But
it.
you said you like it.
I like it. It just gives the air circulating in the room. It doesn't splash. There's no water that comes out of it. I like it open. And I use that little shelf for, you know, putting
Setting your
stuff on it. Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah. So it's really nice.
Yeah,
I like it.
It's functional. It
Uh-huh.
looks nice. I don't see any reason why
No.
you would have to redo it.
Yeah, I'm not a brown person, but I'm used to it. I think it looks pretty. I like it.
Last question is, what are any plans you have for your bedroom? So you said you're not going to do the mirrored thing, but you might do something with the closet.
Yes, when Grant has time, we've just been working him solid since we moved in. When he has time, I'd like to have some shelves put into the shoe rack thing, and maybe a shelf where I could put things in
Halfway.
because I have so many less clothes now that I only need about 2/3 of the closet.
Wow.
Yeah, I know.
They're all
The rest of
under
them
your
are under
bed.
the bed.
I'm gonna
Well,
say-
which makes more sense because I have all
Seasonal.
these sweatshirts and sweaters that I
Yeah.
never wear, and I would always dig through them at my other place. So I just put them in a little bin, and I've gotten rid of a lot of them. So they just live under the bed, and when winter comes back, I'll just switch them out.
And that's what I do. I know a lot of people have said, why do you do that? Just have everything in your closet. But I personally just really love having what's in season
Yes.
right there.
Right.
And I don't have to be going through
Yes.
anything. And also, I actually think it keeps the clothes in better shape.
Right. They're not pulling down on
And
the hangers.
and
especially
having,
sweaters.
what is it called? The dust and stuff
Oh, yeah.
on the
Mhm.
shoulders. And so yeah, about once a year, I just swap everything out. It doesn't happen over and over again. And it's
Yeah.
pretty basic. It's
Yeah.
just, as soon as it starts to get colder, I start taking all the tank tops out because I'm not going to wear a tank top in
Yeah.
the winter. And it's very basic, but I
Mhm.
find it so much easier to just store the things
Yeah.
away. I put them in the top of my closet, but you do it under the bed.
Yeah.
But
So the other thing I want to do, what I've decided I want it, is to get that shelf from IKEA. We need to go.
yeah,
I don't know if we're going to video it or if we're just going to
Yeah.
go. But it's got glass shelves on the top,
Okay.
and then it's got a cabinet on the bottom, and it's going to fit
You're
in
thinking
the
the
corner.
corner,
Yeah,
right?
perfectly. And I want to go get it.
Because last time
I'm
I
ready.
talked to you, you said, I'm not sure, I might not do it.
Yeah. Well,
Don't want it.
I was thinking about that in the dining room at the same time. I thought I know I want it here. I just want to get it and be
Mhm.
done, and then worry about the dining room after that.
Okay, well, that would be super fun.
Yes. So let's go today. No.
It's the weekend. I don't know if I can
Yeah,
handle
no, Monday.
IKEA on the weekend.
Monday. We could go Monday.
But that would be so fun.
Yeah, let's
and
do
then
it.
we can deal with all of your stuff,
Yeah.
the collectibles.
Mhm.
And then that would be, it would get all of that out of that box
Yes.
and out of the way.
Yeah.
Because that's one of the last boxes that you have.
Yes,
is the collectibles. So,
Yeah. I know they're not all going to fit in there, so I'll have to decide.
well, you might downsize. You told me
Yes.
you might get rid of some
Yes. Mhm.
or something like that.
Yes.
Thank you so much for being here. I feel like we've answered most of the questions, but we're always looking for more topics for the Wednesday videos
Mhm.
and more questions. So please leave them in the comments down below. And if you're new, hit the subscribe button to join our channel, and we'll see you in the next video.
Goodbye.
Bye.